Welcome back, Middle Age Grind. And today I come across an article that I thought was pretty good. I'm going to share with you today. It's from Forbes, and the contributor, I always like sourcing my material, is Steve Vernon, and 7 retirement planning mistakes to avoid. And the first one, I'm going to get right into this because some of this applies to people my age who are in their, middle age. I'm 42. Some of it applies to people in retirement. But this was pretty good stuff. The first part one, not saving enough money while you're working. That's where I'm at now, and I think it's really important. You're putting away at least 15% of your gross income. That's usually kind of the standard. If you're doing that for at least a couple of decades, you're probably going to be okay, or at least have a nice sizable nest egg in retirement to last you several years. Now, depending on how much, if you go more than that or longer, it could be better or worse. But I think if you do that for a couple of decades, you're probably going to be okay. Number 2, this one's pretty big and it kind of clicked close to home. Not taking steps to improve your health. All right. And what I took out of that is, look, there's a lot of these Ozempics and Mounjaro and stuff like that to lose weight, and you do you, right? If your doctor recommends that and you get some benefit out of that, go for it. And your body can tolerate the medicine. But, limiting sugar as we're getting older, I think, is a big thing. Not abusing your body, not drinking excess amounts of alcohol. Tobacco, we all know that's been a big no-no for decades now. We know there's no benefits there at all. And even alcohol, socially okay on the weekend, a couple of drinks. I don't think that's the end of the world, but if you having to drink alcohol on a daily basis to get through life, you got some bigger issues going on. You probably need to address that. And like I said, I've lost some weight over the past year. I feel a lot better, and I think as I get older, it's just going to be something we need to watch. So when we do get in retirement, we can enjoy those go-go years a little bit. Number 3, focusing too much on investing and overlooking other important financial decisions. And there's more than one thing in this, and I'll give it to you. When and how to retire. Okay, whether you work part-time or you'll just be in full-blown retirement. This is huge. When to start Social Security, all right? If you have some pensions and stuff coming in or you're still working, that's the big question I see on YouTube a lot. Do I take it at 62 or do I wait till 67 or even 70? That's a you thing. It's going to depend. If you're in a position where work is very stressful, and you're taking years off your life, it's probably best to go when you're 62 and take it now. But if you have a career, such as I have, I'm an insurance agent. I enjoy what I do. It's not particularly stressful. I'm not waking up at 5 in the morning to drive an hour to work. I'm not, in a plant setting or something like that, or a physical job. I can see myself doing this well into my 70s. So it's just something you're going to have to look at and do what's best for you. This is a big one. Where to live? In Louisiana here, over the past, I'd say, decade, insurance premiums, especially for homeowners, have skyrocketed along the coastal regions. It's affected people's budgets. When you're talking about having 5 to 10,000 a year, I've seen premiums in coastal regions on homeowners insurance. You can pay your house off and still have over $1,000 a month in property taxes and insurance. That's a big thing. And it's just something you're going to have to look at and do what's best for you. And they didn't get into that, but should you downsize? Is it, do you have a nice 2,000 something square foot house and it's just you and your spouse, or just you? Do you downsize to a condo? I mean, that's just something you have to look at. This is a big thing. How to obtain medical insurance before you're eligible for Medicare at 65. There is the marketplace. I've heard, different things about it, but it seems like it's income based. And when you're in retirement income, a lot of times your income might not be very high. So it might benefit you to do that on an exchange to get that. And look, here's the thing. I'll say this. If you're working till 65 just to keep health insurance and it's killing you at work, what's the point? Just retire and go figure it out. It probably won't be as much as you think. There was a lot in that number 3 there, but I thought it was important. Number 4, not preparing a spending plan for your retirement years. I mean, your income needs to be greater than your expenses. So in your retirement portfolio, if you have a withdrawal strategy and you're taking some of that income, dividend, interest, or you're just doing the 4%, just withdrawing that, knowing what you're spending on a monthly basis and factoring in for big expenses, purchasing a new car every so many years, whether it's used or new, maintenance on your home, you need a new roof, vacations, you need to have it. And I've said it before, Dave Ramsey's Every Dollar app, there's a free version. It's excellent. We use that. You really see where you spend your money, and it helps you change some of those habits that you'd like to. Number 5, and this is something I think no one really wants to think about, but it's probable it's going to happen to all of us. Not preparing for frailty as we get older. Look, guys, as we get older, especially, there's a chance, I don't know the statistic, I've seen it, but if you make it to 60, your chances to making it to 90 are greater than 50%. Don't quote me on that, but people are living a lot longer. Medicine is at a point to where they can keep us alive. Now, what state you're in, how you're living, that's a whole nother story. And some people living in conditions or in a state that they probably wouldn't thought they ever would for years, and need to prepare for that. Long-term care insurance is probably something you want to look at as you get older. Most of those policies pay for a daily benefit if you can't perform 2 or more daily essential living functions of life. And a lot of times those benefits might be $100 a day or something like that. And that could help you, paying a sitter, or not even a sitter, but someone to come help you for part of the day doing certain tasks. It might be something to look at going down the line, but you need to prepare yourself, your bodies. It's something that's just, we don't prepare for frailty. So, these are the things here. I thought this was a pretty good article to share with you, and I'll continue sharing with that. I'm moving further along in Anthony O'Neill's book about a debt-free degree. I'll share my updates and thoughts with you on that. There are some good nuggets in there on what kids can do and you can do to basically not go into debt paying for a kid's education. But I always like to point out these things here, 7 retirement planning mistakes to avoid. And I think a lot of us, we focus on, especially in my age, we need to be saving enough and just putting away. And there's a lot of truth to that statement. But it's the intricacies of when you retire, health care, Social Security, long-term care insurance potentially, where you live. It's a bunch of stuff that you don't really think about until it happens to you, and you may be in retirement and need to look at some of those things. And I just thought it was a pretty good article that I share with you today. And I'll see you real soon on the Middle Age Grind.